Yo guys, so we're here to play our first episode of career mode on FIFA 18 with Crystal Palace. Just play through the career, hopefully try and get better, get the team better, maybe switch for a few different sides along the way, see what we can do. Just as a bit of a disclaimer for the first episode, there won't be actually any matches being played as such, it will just be pre-season. The first match will be like the first thing in the next episode, where that's when the season will start. In this episode it will just be transfers and playing through pre-season friendlies, stuff like that, but we won't actually be playing any of them. So if you don't really like that kind of stuff, then I suggest you don't really watch this video. See, here we'll be choosing our pre-season friendly tournament that we do at the beginning, just to earn ourselves a bit more spending money pretty much, and see all the messages come through in our emails and inbox. Just see what our objectives are here. Sign a player from the youth academy, assigned to defender position, then brand exposure, sell out at least 85% of your capacity for your stadium. That should be pretty easy. Finish mid-table, should be able to do that pretty easily and reach round of 16, which I don't think we should have a problem with either, really. With the team we have here, should be good enough, and finish the season with around 17 to 17.5 million on the transfer budget left over at the end of the season, which also shouldn't be too bad, even though I do like to sign a lot of players and spend pretty much all of my money, but it shouldn't be much of a problem since we jump straight into our first game with Crystal Palace of the pre-season, just to see, get a few of the players out there, see who does well, who doesn't, and see how well we play through it. Hopefully I earn a bit of money along the way as well. As you see, the first match actually ends 1-1, where Wickham scores and one of their players score as well. We also get a transfer offer here for Wilfried Zaha, where we just go ahead and from Tottenham, around 31 million, which we just go ahead and reject because he's going to be our main player this season and we don't want to get rid of him at all, as well as Kabay really. And we get the next game of the pre-season friendly against Bremen with Crystal Palace as well. We go 1-0 down within around 20 to 30 minutes. Not the best of starts, being as we're trying to stay into it, and then we go and concede a second goal here as well, which just puts us in a worse position. But luckily we get one back with Wilfried Zaha, who hopefully shows a bit more of what we actually need from him in this season, because I think he'll be our main player. That's what we need to prioritise, of getting him on the ball a bit as well. Hopefully upgrade him maybe in a season or two when we have a few better players, sell him on, get a lot of money for him, as we go into our first negotiation to sell James Tompkins. We get an offer here from Alan Pardew for 6.9 million for him, but I don't think that was good enough, so I said give us 12 million and we'll have a deal. They indeed come back and say they ain't going to pay that much, they only want to pay 6.9 million for him, but again, I don't think that's good enough. I think we'll be able to play him in quite a few games if we don't sell him, so we're just happy enough not to do this deal unless we get a good amount of money for him. So we do go down a bit in price, where we take the price down to 10.75 million. See what they say to that. If we get that for him, that's also a good enough price, but if they don't do that, then again we ain't too fussed whether they do or don't. And you see here they say no, we're sticking to our price and we don't want to sell him, buy him for no more than 6.9 million. and we can see this transfer is just not going anywhere. So we just say, look, it ain't happening. We'll cancel the negotiations here, and their manager leaves. As we go into the next game of the pre-season tour against Real Betis, and within 3 minutes we go 1-0 down, which just isn't good enough really. We then come back into the game in the 39th minute and get a goal back, which puts us 1-0. Then we go ahead and score the second goal to make it 2-1 and actually take the lead. So hopefully, depending on what happens in the other games, we could actually potentially still be in the competition, but unluckily for us, the other teams did actually win their game, which means that we couldn't actually get into the knockout stages. As we see here, we get another transfer offer for Wilfried Zaha, which we again go ahead and reject from Roma, 32.4. Even though it is a lot of money, he's going to be one of our best players this season, and we can't really let him go. We're relying on him for most of creating our chances and scoring goals as well. Hopefully we again get an offer here for Wickham and Hennessy. We reject the offer for Hennessy just for the fact that he's going to be a keeper that we need in the squad. Otherwise we're not going to have a goalkeeper, even though he isn't the best and we probably could get a better one. It's just we need him here for now. But here we go into the transfer negotiations for Wickham, because I don't, even though he seems like a good player and he will be a good backup player for the squad, I think we still need to have better players in the side, and he could bring in the money to do that, even though he ain't very old either. But again, we need the money really, and we put in an offer for 10 million, but they say no, look, we're giving you 6.3, see whether, so if you accept that. But again, we go in and say no, look, we want more than that. We don't really want the sell-on clause either. Here we say, give us some more money. Hopefully they accept this for 8.8 million, because really we need the money, and he probably ain't going to play in too many games. If he does play games, then there'll be cup games. But again, they come back and say no, we'll give you 6.6, which is only 300k over what they said in the first place, which is not good enough for a player that I think is worth more really. We do need more for him if we're going to sell him. We say, look, give us 8.5 million and we'll accept it, because really that's still a good enough offer for him. I think for only a 72 rated player as well, we don't really want loads of money. You can't really ask for loads, and but they go ahead and reject that offer and say, look, we ain't coming back. There's no point in us trying to keep making offers because it's really not good enough. And we then get an offer for Sacco, but we go ahead and reject that because we haven't got any backups really for the left mid that are good enough, apart from a couple of like low rated young players that are probably not even going to make it into the first squad in the end anyway. And we get an offer for Joel Ward, our right back, which we go ahead and enter the negotiations for with Las Palmas. Again, it's with him, we don't really want to sell him, but if we can get the money in for him, that will bring in money so I can get a better right back, it will always help. So we go ahead and submit an offer of 6 million, say if you give us 6 mil, then we'll happily sell him to you, because 6 million will put us well on our way to getting a better right back. Yeah, he's 27 and 74 rated, he ain't the best. But they come back and say no, we will give you 3.8 million, and again, it's just not good enough really. For even though at the minute we haven't, got another like brilliant right back apart from Persu Mensah, I believe, but I think he's only on loan. But we say, look, we'll give us 5.5 because we can still get a good enough right back for 5.5 million. So they come back and say no, 4.1, which again we can't really accept because we need more to get ourselves another right back. Because even though we have Percy Mensah, if he gets injured, then we sell Ward. If he gets injured, then we've got no one to back him up. So we say 5 million, which is only 900,000 over what they was going to pay. But that extra nearly £1 million will help. But they go ahead and reject that as well. So there was no point in trying. In a way, it kind of helps. But that is basically the last thing of this episode. Apart from seeing this, where we do another training session, but apart from that, that should be around it. And thank you for watching. We get another offer for Zaha as well, which we go ahead and reject. But thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Stories over